Would you like to crochet this gorgeous September Falls shawl? You can with my help. And in this video series, I'm going to teach you how.
Hi, I'm Wanda with Sweet Wanda Jean. Sweet Wanda Jean teaches you how to crochet. And then you can make those beautiful Afghans, blankets, and gifts for your family and friends. They'll be heirlooms they can pass down from generation to generation. Today, we're crocheting the September Falls shawl. I just love this shawl. I love the colors. They're warm. And then it's getting cool in the evening, so this is the perfect wrap to put on in these cool, chilly fall evenings and afternoons. I use worsted yarn, size 4. I used 2 colors. I used the variegated, and then I chose one of the bright colors out of the variegated yarn to use as a solid. It makes a nice contrast and shows off that pretty star-shaped motif in the pattern. To make this pattern simple to follow, I broke it down into very small, bite-sized videos. So when you finish this video, you go right to the next one. Be sure to like this video so that other people can find it, and then subscribe to the channel so that you'll be the first to know when I put out a new video. Let's get into the pattern.
Welcome back, folks. We have gotten to row number 14. I have finished row 14. And so you have probably gotten into a really good rhythm with the basic pattern of this shawl. Now, at row 14, we're going to change colors. So I'm going to give it a nice long tail. Should be at least 6 inches. And we're going to cut. Now we're going to change to our new color. So again, we need a nice long tail. And now we're going to start at that same end that we tied off. We're going to enter here in that stitch. And we're going to chain 3. Well, actually, I'm going to slip stitch. And there, now we have a connection. Now we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And now we're going to go right on with our pattern as we did before. We're going to put 2 more double crochets in. There we go. Chain 1, skip 1, and enter the next double crochet. Chain double crochet into that one, and you're going to double crochet in the chain 2 space. You recognize this. Double crochet into the first stitch of the next cluster. Chain 1. And so we're going to go on to so that we have 4 more of the basic patterns going here. We'll have a total of 5. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And after we chain 4, we're going to double crochet, going to skip 1, and then we're going to double crochet here, twist it a little, there we go, in this row. And so the difference is, rather than a chain 1, we've got a chain 4 space. Okay, and that is basically our difference as we go along. And I'll show you how many times to do that. Just follow along with me. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. And guess what we're going to do? We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And skip this one and double crochet here. We're going to do our pattern again until we have 4 more clusters again. Double crochet here. And wow, we're at the corner. Okay, we're going to chain our 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. After we do our 4, we're going to double crochet. We're going to skip 1, as we always do. Double crochet in this last double crochet, then into the chain 3. We're going to do just like we always do. To put 2 here. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to put 2 in the space again. Double crochet in that first stitch after the chain 3. Then we're going to do exactly what we did on the other side. We're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then skip 1, double crochet here. In the chain 1 space, double crochet, and double crochet here. Now basically what we're going to do is mirror this side and mirror this side over here on this side. So coming back. So as you can see over here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a chain 4 space. We're going to do that exact same thing over here. Okay, chain 1, skip, and come here. Chain 1 and skip. Got 1, 2, 3. This is our 4th cluster. And I got a knot. Bear with me while I get rid of my yarn knot. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, and then continue with the pattern. Chain 1. Now again, we're going to look at our mirror. 1, 2. From here, these two mirror each other. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So I have a chain 1. I'm going to skip this one. I need 2 more clusters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4 chains, and then just continue your pattern. Skip this one right here. Okay, and we're going to complete our row by, of course, entering into that chain 3. Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing, which I've been doing on some previous rows, is I picked up that one more piece of yarn just to make it a little more sturdy. So I'm picking those 2 up, sort of like the V, because the weight of the shawl falls on these joins, these junctures here at the top. So If you haven't been doing it, it's okay. As you'll see in this one, I started out just using the one, but as I got further in, I decided to use a little more. It won't hurt. And you're going to chain 3 and turn. Okay. So that's our first different row. Now we're going to do our original pattern again, turn that chain 3 and make a cluster on the end. Chain 1 and go back to our original pattern. So it should be 6 clusters. Before we start making a change in our pattern. I'm calling them clusters, but they're really not clusters. They're groups. They're a group of 3 double crochets. Cluster is a little different. But for all intents and purposes today, we'll call them clusters. Okay, so when you finish this one, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Instead of doing our chain 1, we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to do a single crochet in that chain 4 space. Okay? And then another 5 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're going to skip all the way over to the last double crochet in this cluster and put a double crochet here. And we're going to start a new cluster. And we're going to move on over until we run into that chain 4 space again. We're coming up on that chain 4 again. So once we finish this cluster, I'm going to stop. And we'll chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then make a single crochet in that chain 4 space and chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll return back to our pattern. Remember, when you do the chain 5, you're going to skip all the way to that last double crochet in the next cluster on the previous row and make our double crochet. Okay, we're coming up to one of those chain 4 spaces again. So we're going to chain 5, then we're going to go into that chain 4 space, make a single crochet in it, chain 5 again. We're coming to the corner, so it looks a little loopy there, but don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, one more, 5. Okay. Now, we're going to, again, you're going to skip those 2 and go right into this one. Right into that one. You make 1 double crochet just like we normally do. And then 2 in the chain 3 space. We're going to keep making our corner, so we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 more in the chain 3 space. 2 more double crochets in that chain 3 space. And then 1 on top of that first double crochet. You're going to chain 5. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're going to single crochet in that chain 4 space. Chain 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll again, we're going to skip these two and double crochet into the last one of that cluster on the previous row and pick up our pattern again. Chain one, and we're going to go back to our pattern. Chain one, skip. We're going towards the end, so we have no more chain 4 spaces. We're just going to continue our basic pattern. Until we get to the end. So we're going to go in the top of that chain 2. As I said, I've been trying to make it a little stronger, so I'm going to go, what I'm doing is finding that V of the chain, and I'm going to use both sides of the V. Instead, I was just using one side of the V, but actually I'm going to use both sides of the V. Now it's a little more difficult to find, so I'm going to enter it in there just so I think it's a little stronger to do it that way. Like I said, I'm improvising. Normally, and any other time, I just use that one. I just thought that it needed to be a little stronger. So I'm going to chain 3 and turn. So that was row 16. We're going to move on to row 17. Okay, on row 7, now we're back to row 17. We're going to do our usual beginning pattern, which is to add that cluster on the end. Chain 1. We're going to go back to our pattern. Double crochet on one end of that cluster, and double crochet in the chain 1 space, and 1 double crochet in the beginning of the next cluster. Chain 1, skip 1, and do it again. 1 double crochet in the last double crochet of the cluster, 1 double crochet in the center in the chain 1 space, and 1 double crochet on the end. We're just going to move across until just before we get to our chain 5s. Okay, now just before we get to this chain 5, I'm going to leave those 2 open. We're going to chain 5 again, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in this chain 5 space, we're going to single crochet. Then we're going to single crochet in the next single crochet. And then we're going to single crochet in the chain 5 space next to it. So now you have a little bridge, as you can see, right across there. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip these 2 and continue our pattern again. So you can see our little lace pattern beginning to show up in here. Chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet here, and double crochet here. Sorry. In the center, and we're going to continue across. Okay, now we're just before our chain 5 again. So we're going to skip these 2. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip those 2. Single crochet in the chain 5 space. single crochet in the single crochet, and single crochet in the next chain 5 space. Got our little bridge again. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and gonna skip these 2, double crochet in that last double crochet of that cluster, and start to keep our pattern going. Okay, let's see our little bridge again. There it is. There you go. Makes a pretty little pattern. Okay, chain 1, back to our pattern again until we get to our next chain 5. When I first started this, I didn't know exactly what this corner was going to look like, because I was designing as I was crocheting. So I'm actually pretty proud of this one. So here we are at the corner again. Here we are at our chain 5 space. So remember, we need to skip these 2. I have a chain 1 there already. 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet in the chain 5 space. Single crochet in the single crochet there. And then single crochet in the next chain 5 space. And you're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There you go. And we're going to make our corner. So we're skipping these 2 because we're right in making our little lace there. So we're going to come right here. Chain 1 in that last double crochet. Put 2 in the center. Your chain 3 for your corner. 2 more in the center of that chain 3 space. And double crochet in that first double crochet there. And so we're going to go straight right back into our little lace piece. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then single crochet in that chain 5 space, single crochet in the single crochet in the previous row, single crochet in the next chain 5 space, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chains. There we go. We're going to skip these 2, go into this last one. There we go. Oh, I was going too fast. Got to my lace 2. So let's take it out. There we go. Got to skip these 2. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet in that chain 5 space. Single crochet in the single crochet. Single crochet in the next chain 5 space, and chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, gonna skip these 2 and double crochet in that last one and continue our pattern again. There you go. That's our cluster. We're gonna leave that open. Now I already have chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and single crochet in that chain 5 space, single crochet in the single crochet, and single crochet in the next chain 5 space, and chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wonderful. Get a little more yarn. Okay, and remember, we're skipping these. Skip these 2, and let's go right on over here. Make our double crochet. We're almost finished with the row, so no more surprise spots. We're just going to finish up our basic pattern. Almost there. Chain one and pushing up my glasses again. Here we go. In the top of that, I'm going to take those two pieces. Actually, it's right here. And I'll take those two pieces. And there we go. And there again. Okay. Let's do this. I did 3. What I want you to do is take some time right now and take a look at what you've done. See your little laces? Little lace pieces coming through. Be proud of yourself. Done a good job so far. It's beautiful. Now, I am going to stop right now. I have a date for water aerobics with my good friend. Don't worry, for you, it'll be a blink of an eye. But for me, I'm going to go do my water aerobics. I'll tell you about it when I get back, okay? So that was row 17. And we'll pick up there in a blink of your eye and probably a few hours for me. Okay? Thank you. Bye-bye.